Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, bringing you week 4 of our live TCG online matches here. Now this week what I'm going to do is show off another deck that I was kind of playing around with a little bit online. When the Shedinja card came out in Roaring Skies, I saw some real potential for it with the Hopeless Scream. Now initially, there's not that much you can do with it. It's got 30 HP. The most it can have damage counter-wise is 2 before it would be knocked out with, 3 damage. Hopeless Scream, which does 50 damage times the number of damage counters. By itself, Shedinja can only do 100, but I thought of some ways to do it. I mentioned already using Floette to try and boost its HP, and I'm going to show you what I did with the deck, and we're going to check it out. And I'm going to use a different kind of recording software, or I should say a recording software, since I've been using my camera the whole time, and I get some better quality with that, so we're going to see how this goes. Now I'm hoping to get some sort of a program that I have more customization in. This was recommended to me by a YouTuber. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, and it's like an online recorder that you can use. And there's a few little things to it that if I was able to deactivate them, I would. There's like a little circle around the mouse and stuff like that. So for the time being, this is probably a good quality recording that I can get for you. And all that being said, let's just get right into the match and see how the Shedinja deck does. So we're going to take a look here at the Shedinja deck that I've thrown together on Pokemon TCG Online. So we've got a number of Pokemon here, 16 to be exact. The main focus is going to be Shedinja. So this thing here with 30 HP, it's a grass type. Cursed Rain is decent. You can put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon, and then you switch Shedinja for a benched Pokemon. But the main focus is going to be on Hopeless Scream. This attack does 50 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. So, as I said, you can have 2 damage counters on it before it gets knocked out. You can do 100. So, the main focus is going to try to keep it in play by boosting its HP using Floette, a Stage 1 Fairy type from Flashfire, with the ability Flower Veil. Each of your grass Pokemon in play gets plus 20 HP, and this can build upon each other. You can have 2 Floette in play, and I have 2 in this deck. Each of them is going to boost Shedinja's HP by 20, so 40 more. That's going to max out Shedinja at 70 HP, which means you can have up to 6 damage counters, doing 300 damage with Hopeless Scream. So to round out the rest of the deck, there's 1 Shedinja, we've got 2 Nincada, 4 Flabébé to make sure you get your Floette into play, and another good attacker, mostly I have him in here for the retreat cost, is Yanmega. Free retreat cost, and it's actually not too bad of a Pokemon either. With 110 HP, it's a grass type, stage 1. Windfall for 1 grass energy lets you shuffle your hand in your deck, then draw 6 cards. So basically like Shauna, but 1 extra card with the drawback of using your attack for the turn. And then Surprise Strike, 50 plus. If this Pokemon was on the bench and became active this turn, this does 50 more damage. So by having 2 Yanmega in play, you can cycle them back and forth. Every turn you're going to be doing 100 base damage using this Yanmega. I have 2 of them in the deck, and 3 Yanma to get them into play. And I've also got 2 Dunsparce as well. Essentially, Dunsparce is in here just for the free retreat cost as well. A lot of times I find if you lose a Pokemon, it's best to send up a Pokemon with free retreat, so that way next turn, whatever card you happen to draw for the turn, you can play things around and freely retreat your active Pokemon to send something else up that you might have a better strategy for. So those are the 16 Pokemon. We've got 26 trainer cards. There's 2 energy retrievals to draw back basic energy from the discard pile, 2 escape rope to help you switch your Pokemon but also make the opponent switch out, 2 Evo Soda to help you get your stage 1s into play, 2 freshwater sets, because another important thing about this deck is you want to be able to cause damage to your Shedinja, but you want to also reduce the damage the opponent is causing too, because as soon as it gets knocked out, Shedinja's done for in the game. And you also get 2 Great Balls in this deck here to help you find some Pokemon, 2 potions as well, and sometimes I like to run Super Potion instead. It's not bad. You heal 60 damage by discarding an energy, but in this case you kind of want to heal minimal damage from Shedinja. You want to heal just enough that it's still going to get a knockout and not weaken its attack too much. So I've also got 2 Professor's Letters in the deck to help draw some energies, 2 Repeat Ball to help you get some Floette maybe, or another Nincada into play, 2 Ultra Balls, again a very good searching card, discard 2 cards to find any Pokemon in your deck, 2 2 Pokemon fan clubs to help you find your basics and get them into play as well. Some draw support, we have 2 Tierno here, and 2 Wally. So essentially like the Evo Soda, but Wally can be used on the turn that a Pokemon is first put into play, whereas Evo Soda you have to wait till the next turn. Those are our 20, nope, there's 2 more. Hard Charms. You want to try to minimize how much damage your opponent will do to your Shedinja. Hard Charm's a good way to do it. You kind of want to be the only one doing the damage to your own Pokemon. So Hard Charm will help in that respect. Now for the energy cards, healing is an important thing. You want to make sure Shedinja stays in play, but not healing it too much. So here we have a couple of herbal energies. When you attach this to a grass Pokemon, such as Shedinja, heal 30 damage from it. So if it's close to getting knocked out, like if it has 6 damage counters on it, and the opponent can knock it out in one more hit, but if the opponent has only 150 HP or less, you can use this herbal energy, heal 3 damage counters from Shedinja. It's still doing 150 damage for its attack. Now we've also got a couple more special energies here. Wonder Energy. It can only be attached to Fairy Pokemon. This is so powerful. Prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to the Fairy Pokemon this card's attached to. So anything like, Poison Sting that causes poison, or something that causes confusion, or discards energy. Wonder Energy blocks all of those special effects. We've also got a couple of double colorless energy to help power up Yanmega for the most part. And another thing that I didn't consider running at first, but I decided to add it in, is these rainbow energy. It provides every kind of energy you want, and when you attach this to a Pokemon, you put 1 damage counter on it. So this could be a way to help add just a little bit more damage to your Shedinja as well. I've got 2 of those in the deck. We've got 4 Fairy Energy and 6 Grass Energy for a total of 18 energy. So that's a basic overview of the deck. Now let's take a look and see what we can do in a match. And the game is on Shedinja deck versus Vexomenza. The opponent will take the coin flip and see who goes first. Turns out we get choice, so let's take the first turn. Starting hand, we have a Yanma. And we do have Shedinja in hand too, plus a Pokemon Fan Club. We're starting against a Carvanha. Interesting. So we definitely want to get a Nincada and a Flabebe. We'll drop them right down onto the bench here. Let's go with a Professor's Letter. Grab a Grass and a Fairy. Now this Carvanha can do Bite for 20. Question is, when do I want to bring up Shedinja? So we're going to attach the energy. If we can get a Rainbow Energy, that would be very useful because we can actually put damage on our own Shedinja. But for the time being, we're going to end this turn. So a Frillish has been added to the bench. And has been given Water Energy. And here we have Wally. Now I can evolve Shedinja right away, which we're going to do here. And we're going to want to add some more HP to it, so let's get this Floette here. It's going to boost all of my grass Pokemon's HP by 20, which means even Yanma gains a boost from that as well. So let's go with an Escape Rope. Up comes their Frillish, I'm going to bring up Shedinja. And we're going to just go with the simple... No, first we're going to actually throw an energy onto Yanma here. Now we're going to use Cursed Rain. Put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon, then I switch it with one of my benched ones. Now Frillish has evolved into Jellicent. Aqua Bullet does a nice 40 and 10 to one of my benched Pokemon. Okay. You notice I didn't want to actually hit the Shedinja because they know what's up. Now it's weak to Lightning. So we're going to go ahead and... we can do 30 damage using Air Slash. Let's do that. We're going to power it up with a double colorless. Let's heal it up with a potion. And we're going to put this hard charm on Shedinja right now, just to be safe. So Air Slash will do 30, and then discard an energy attached, which will be the single fairy. And Carvana is powering up on the bench. Suddenly it's powering down. So 40 damage done to Yanma. One more Aqua Bullet will take down Yanma, sadly. But it's not going down without a fight. It's going to throw an energy up here and do an Air Slash for another 30 and lose that fairy energy once again. Jellicent is 30 HP away from fainting. Now the only Pokemon left with energy to get up there and do anything will be Shedinja. We're going to be able to do our Cursed Rain. However, now we're going to be able to do Hopeless Scream. 50 damage times number of damage counters. Now it does cause confusion and poison, which is actually going to power up Hopeless Scream even more. And with a maximum of 30 HP, we can survive the poison for sure. Let's play a Nincada. And we're going to retreat this guy here. Let's get rid of that, let's get rid of the basic energy, because we can draw that back. And Nincada comes up, we're going to play the energy retrieval. Grab a fairy and a grass. Put the grass on the Nincada, and do a slight intrusion for 20, 10 damage done to itself. The Pokemon Fan Club comes into play to bring a couple more basics out of the opponent's deck. Question is, which ones will they be? A Darkrai and an Articuno-EX. Alright. Shedinja can take out the Darkrai in one hit. And it can't do enough damage back to really do anything dangerous. So we're going to retreat our Nincada and bring up Shedinja. Let us put an energy down onto the Dunsparce. And we'll do Hopeless Scream. 150 damage from a 1 energy attack. Even if Hypnoblast comes into play, we're only going to take 10 damage thanks to the Hard Charm. It will put Shedinja to sleep, though. This next turn could determine the end of this game. We do wake up. That was very fortunate. Now let's go with an Ultra Ball. What do we want to put into play? Actually, no, let's hang on to this for now. I want to be able to get a Yanmega in play. So for now, let's just do a Hopeless Scream for 200 damage. Nothing on the opponent's side is going to survive that. For 1 energy, Articuno could put Shedinja back to sleep. Of course, they're going to power up the EX instead here. So our turn comes up. Let's use an Ultra Ball. We're going to get rid of... We want to hang on to that Floette, actually. Let's get rid of a Yanmega and an Ultra Ball here. We're going to get another Flabebe. Play that one down. Let's use the Cursed Rain attack. Do 10 damage on each, and we're going to bring up Dunsparce. Plasma Energy has been added to Articuno, which powers up the Frost Prison. Okay. So Tiarano's going to draw some more cards for us. We do have an Escape Rope, which will be useful, and we did draw Yanma. So by evolving into Floette, each of my grass Pokemon now gains an additional plus 20. You can see here Shedinja has 70 max HP. And Blizzard will do 40, which will be enough to knock out Shedinja, so we're not going to use that just yet. Let's go with... Actually, no. Let us go ahead and use... We're going to retreat. Bring Shedinja back up. Attach an energy to the Yanma. And use... Cursed Rain again. I'm a little scared. I want to get Shedinja out of there. And we're going to switch it for the Dunsparce. So Articuno has 100 HP remaining. The Articuno-EX is powering up quite nicely on the bench, however. If we can just target that down, we should have this in the bag. Now we can heal 30 from our own Shedinja. First things first, let's get Yanmega into play. And let's try the escape rope, see what the opponent switches out to. As I thought. Okay, Pawniard comes up. So with 70 max HP, I could heal 30. This will do 60. It would still knock out Shedinja from almost full HP. So we're still going to... We're going to add this actually to Yanmega. Let's use Windfall, shuffle the hand into the deck, and draw 6 new cards actually. Now we can power up Yanmega here to use the Surprise Strike. We can heal, but we kind of don't want to right now. We want to do as much damage as we can. We need at least 3 damage on Shedinja knockout that EX. So Surprise Strike will take out the Pawniard. And the other Articuno takes the field here. This Articuno has the ancient trait Delta Plus, which says if it knocks out an opponent, it gains 1 additional prize card off of that. So Articuno-EX is fully powered. And Yanmega is now snoozing. But we do wake up immediately. This has been a lucky game for coin flips. And we got a repeat ball. Nothing I can really use that on to get into play. So we're going to... We're going to retreat and bring up this Nincada. Put an energy onto it so it can use the Slight Intrusion for 20 and 10 to itself actually. The reason being I want Yanmega to be on the bench so that when I promote it to the active spot, it's going to be able to do its full damage. So now any Pokemon with dark energy attached have no weakness. Can we wake up? We woke up. Awesome. So we're immediately going to retreat this Nincada to bring up Yanmega. And that's actually all I'm going to play this turn. I'm going to Surprise Strike for 50 plus 50, 100 damage to Articuno. All that's left is Articuno-EX with 150 HP remaining. Shedinja is doing 200 with its attack. I think this game's in the bag. It's going to reduce damage by 20, so we're only going to do 180? Well, that's not good. So that attack left us paralyzed, I believe that is. Yes. Alright, so we're going to keep powering up here. But who do we power up? Let's power up Nincada. So you're more than welcome to knock out this Yanmega if you would like, because Shedinja is going to take you down. If they don't attack, Yanmega has free retreat. So we can just pull it back anyway. So doing damage to the entire bench here. And here we have the free retreat into Shedinja, and the Hopeless Scream, And we don't even get to attack. The opponent just ended it there. Alright, not a bad match. That's the power of Shedinja and Floette. And I gained some more points off of this, I forgot. I've almost finished the Brilliant Light challenge here. Alright, good match. So there you can see the power of Shedinja in action. Now it takes a lot of setup to sort of get it into play and keep it from getting knocked out, of course. But once it's in there, how much damage it can be done. Even that Eviolite didn't even really put a dent in its 200 damage there. So that's a strategy you can use to build your deck. And these cards were all built using cards from the standard format. Expanded format gives you even more options. A friend of mine runs a combo of a Shedinja Night March deck using the Frozen City Stadium card from, I forget which set it is, it's one of the black and white sets. And what that says is, whenever any player attaches an energy from hand to one of their Pokemon, you put 2 damage on that Pokemon. So you could put 2 damage on your own Shedinja just by giving it a basic energy. Suddenly it's doing 100 damage with Hopeless Scream. So check out what cards are legal in the different formats based on whatever format you're using, you know, either yourself or whatever league you go to. And look at the different ways you can put damage on your own Shedinja, build up that Hopeless Scream. Another thing people like to do is use Mew-EX, of course. Mew-EX can use the attack of any card in play, including Hopeless Scream, and with 120 HP to play with, as opposed to 30, Mew-EX has a lot more options to do heavier damage than what Shedinja itself is capable of. So that's the Shedinja deck that I put together. If you have any requests for any cards you want to see a deck themed around, leave them in the comments below, and I'll make a deck focusing around those, see what I can do to play up some interesting strategies, and we'll go from there. Alright, thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you next time.